Governor William Jefferson Clinton of Arkansas made history as the first member of the baby boom generation to become president. He won the presidency by defeating President George H.W. Bush and Texas billionaire H. Ross Perot in the election. Bush's popularity, which was high after the Persian Gulf War, dropped as the economy went into a recession. Clinton convinced voters that he would move the Democratic Party to the political center by supporting both liberal and conservative ideas. Clinton tried to reform the healthcare insurance program and put First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton in charge of creating the plan. However, Congress never voted on it because Republicans criticized it for promoting big government. Clinton did manage to pass a law that required a 5-day waiting period for firearm buyers. He also worked with Republicans in Congress to overhaul the welfare system by setting limits on how long people could receive benefits. This led to many people transitioning from welfare to jobs. Clinton also succeeded in reducing the federal budget deficit. He collaborated with Congress to pass a bill that cut spending, lowered taxes, and included programs to help children and improve health care. As a result, the federal budget eventually had a surplus, and the economy flourished. Clinton had some major goals when it came to foreign relations, especially with Russia and China. The U.S. and Russia worked together on economic and arms control matters, but Russia wasn't happy about American involvement in Yugoslavia's civil war. The U.S. was equally upset about Russia's actions in Chechnya. As for China, the focus was mainly on boosting trade. Clinton didn't shy away from using troops to deal with conflicts abroad. For instance, he sent troops to Haiti to stop military leaders from taking control. In Yugoslavia, when Serbs started ethnic cleansing in places like Bosnia and Kosovo, the U.S. and NATO launched airstrikes against them, forcing them to back off. However, Clinton was more hesitant to get involved in conflicts in Africa. After American soldiers were killed and their bodies were dragged through the streets in Somalia, the U.S. was cautious about jumping into other African conflicts. Sadly, the U.S. didn't do anything to stop the ethnic genocide in Rwanda in 1994. President Clinton also played a part in peace talks between Israel and Palestine, and he helped Israel and Jordan reach a ceasefire agreement. But the conflicts in the region remained unresolved despite his efforts. President Clinton faced political difficulties starting in 1994 when Newt Gingrich, who later became Speaker of the House, led Republicans in a campaign against him. Gingrich used a document called the Contract with America, which outlined promises Republicans made to voters if they gained control of Congress. And that's exactly what happened. In 1994, Republicans took control of both houses of Congress. Despite this, Clinton won re-election in 1996, and he and Republican leaders pledged to work together. However, Clinton faced more serious issues than just dealing with Congress. First, he was accused of being involved in a questionable land deal to fund his 1984 gubernatorial campaign. Then, he faced accusations of lying under oath about an inappropriate relationship with a young White House intern. The House voted to impeach Clinton on 2 charges, including perjury, even though most Americans approved of his job performance. In 1999, the Senate trial failed to convict Clinton, allowing him to remain in office despite the impeachment proceedings. Between 1993 and 1999, the economy saw both good and bad news. On the positive side, millions of new jobs were created, leading to the lowest unemployment rate since 1970. However, the structure of the economy shifted from manufacturing to services, with jobs in sectors like education, healthcare, law, retail, and food service seeing the most growth. Unfortunately, many of these new service jobs paid low wages, contributing to income inequality. Companies started downsizing, cutting staff to boost profits, and hiring temporary workers who received lower wages and fewer benefits. This led to a decline in manufacturing jobs and a drop in union membership. as workers with high-paying jobs saw no need to join unions, and low-wage workers were too afraid of losing their jobs to do so. In the late 1990s, the rise of the internet led to the success of computer entrepreneurs like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Michael Dell, who made fortunes revolutionizing personal computing and online businesses. However, while high-tech online businesses, known as dot-coms, grew rapidly, many of them became unprofitable by 2000, leading to numerous closures. President Clinton believed in the importance of free trade for U.S. and global prosperity. In 1994, the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, was enacted, allowing for free trade between the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Additionally, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, was signed, reducing tariffs and establishing the World Trade Organization, WTO, to settle trade disputes. While many believed that these trade agreements would benefit the U.S. economy, others feared losing their jobs to countries with cheaper labor costs. This fear of losing jobs to outsourcing led some U.S. businesses to move their operations abroad, contributing to ongoing economic debates and concerns. During the 1990s, crime rates in the United States dropped, but terrorism and violence still instilled fear in Americans. In 1993, Islamic terrorists detonated a bomb in the World Trade Center in New York City as a protest against U.S. support for Israel. Then, in 1995, American terrorist Timothy McVeigh bombed a federal building in Oklahoma City, resulting in the deaths of 163 individuals, including men, women, and children. School violence also became a significant concern. In 1999, 2 students at Columbine High School in Colorado tragically killed 12 students, a teacher, and wounded 23 classmates before taking their own lives. Acts of violence against Americans extended beyond U.S. borders as well. In 1996, a bomb killed 19 U.S. service members and injured around 500 people in Saudi Arabia. Additionally, in 1998, 2 U.S. embassies in East Africa were targeted in attacks. In 2000, a suicide bomber struck a U.S. Navy destroyer while it was stationed in Yemen. These incidents underscored the ongoing threat of terrorism and violence on both domestic and international fronts.